Before we get to today's video, just a quick reminder that Hammers Chat is being brought to you this week in association with DT38, the Dylan Tombides Foundation. Be aware, check down there, lads. If you're not already, just have a check, have a fondle, because it's literally a life-saving measure. It takes 2 minutes out of your day, if that, and you have literally everything to lose. There's no reason not to. Be aware, check down there.
Oi, oi! Who reckons West Ham's run like a circus? Right, let's fuck all that shit off and get serious. Southampton on Saturday. Big game for me. You know this is where I'm from. I live in the local area. Massive, massive game. We need to pick up them points. We need to get at least 3. Not 1, not 2, but a big 3 points. At home to these guys, they're pretty good away from home, so we have got to watch out. Danny Ings, as you well know, Gio's favourite player, will be starting. I was hoping he was going to break a leg prior to the game. Don't look like that's going to happen, so we've just got to deal with it. We're just going to have to deal with it. 4 at the back, Moyes, no fucking about. None of this 5 at the back bullshit, 3 at the back bullshit. 4 at the back. Come on, we're at home. Let's try and win the game. No defensive, none of this formational bullshit. We just need to go for it. This is what it's going to be like up until the end of the season, especially these home games against these mediocre sides. I'll be travelling up the game on Saturday, hoping to travel home with a load of Saints fans and giving them a load of shit on the train. Don't know if that's going to happen, but only time will tell. You know, all we can do is, as a protest on Saturday, make sure you're there. Let's show a full support. We always give a good support, although the ground is emptying a little bit. But I think we'll have a good attendance this week, and we just got to get behind the team. I mean, you know, there were some good performances this weekend at Liverpool, and we just got to continue, just try and pick up as many points as we can, and then, you know, go from there, really. So, yeah, just try and be positive, everyone. Like you say, I know it's hard. It's fucking hard being a West Ham fan. I mean, to be fair, I'm 35 now, and I know there's a lot of you guys out there a lot older than me. Me dad being one of them. I mean, you know, he took me to West Ham when I was a boy because I was being naughty at school, and now look what's happened. So I'll probably be doing the same to my son as well. It's just in the blood, isn't it? So let's hope we can get a win on Saturday, and shut these muppets up down here. So come on, you Irons.
If you had said to me before the Liverpool game, are you confident or optimistic for Southampton, I would have said no. I think Soucek is a huge loss, one of the biggest losses, but the rest of the team still did play well. It just looked like we had a bit more about us than we have done previously. So I've got a little bit of optimism coming into this game. I wouldn't say confidence, not confident, but I am optimistic that David Moyes will do the right thing, will set us up in the right way, and will motivate them to do as well as they need. What does he need to do? Well, I think he needs to play forward back. I think that's just a given at this point. I don't think anyone else would disagree. I think if you're saying 3 or 5, you're probably in the minority at this point. We just looked more comfortable. The team defended better with less defensive players against Liverpool than they did against City with more defensive players. I like 4 at the back. I think that also gives us the opportunity to be more attacking, which is what we need to do in this game. A midfield free of Rice, Noble and Fornals. Rice basically a straight swap for Soucek if Soucek was fit. Noble a straight swap for Soucek. If Soucek was fit, Noble would be playing for me. And in a front three of, I think you can make a lot of arguments for this, but I would personally go for Haller, Bowen and then Antonio, because when you play that out ball, I want this in my head. Antonio and Bowen are much closer to him than they are usually under a Moyes system. This isn't a 4-5-1. This is definitely a 4-3-3 if you want to put it in those terms, right? They're much closer. Because when Haller did come against Liverpool, there were some nice little link-ups, some nice little touches earlier on. As we got deeper and he got more isolated, it became more pointless. This isn't a game for isolation. We need to be pushing them. We need to be pressing them. And that's why I have him in there, because I think he gives the other two the capability of making those runs. I want to see that Bowen run again. And Antonio, I don't think he makes as good a run as that, but he still makes runs. You put the ball over the top, just let him run onto it. It doesn't even have to be vaguely accurate. Just sort of boot it in the vague direction that says playing on the left wing ahead of the defender, and just let him go at it. That's what I want to see. I want to see those two running off of Haller. I want to see those two going in behind the defence. And I think then we put them under enough pressure where we can get a couple of goals. And that's key here. Because I don't feel like our defence is good enough to keep out Danny Ings entirely. But I do feel like them being able to keep out Mane and Salah the way they did shows that they can at least take him down to 1 goal. And that's what I'm saying. So score prediction for me would be 2-1 West Ham. The optimism is rising. Not confidence, it is optimism though. It's getting there. 2-1 West Ham.
Absolute massive game on Saturday. West Ham United versus Southampton. Doesn't get any bigger than this. If you'd looked at our recent fixtures, the Liverpools, Man Cities, and the ones coming up after Southampton, your Arsenals and your Wolves, this would have been identified as the game. This is the game. We have to come away from this with 3 points. We really do. It's must win. Thing is, Southampton, very good side. Struggled a bit earlier on in the season, but they've really come good over the last 3 months or so. Their away record is terrific. Obviously not good news for us. Got some good players. Danny Ings is having the season of his life. He's scoring goals left, right and centre. His partner, Shane Long even. Now, he won't get the plaudits that Danny Ings gets, and he doesn't score the goals that Danny Ings does. But he is one of those. He's a nightmare for defences, and he's an absolute workhorse up front. He's constantly running the channels. He's a pain in the backside for defenders. And yeah, it's someone I quite admire really, because I like the work ethic of the guy. I think a lot of his work does go unnoticed, but yeah, I quite like him. He's my sort of player really. Another one is Gineppo. I really like him. From the first time I saw him, he's a bag of tricks and he's a confident lad and he's direct and he's pacey. Someone I really like, and yeah, another one that we're going to have to keep a close eye on and get tight to him, and yeah, he needs to be marshalled. It's really not going to be easy. It's really not. But I am a lot more confident after seeing the Liverpool game. Before that, I didn't know where our next points were going to come from. I really didn't. I was scratching my head, but that's injected a little bit of confidence into me for this. We saw a bit of fight that we'd not seen in a little while. So hopefully that can continue. The lineup will be an interesting one, won't it? Don't ever want to see that back three again. I've maintained that ever since Moyes first came in. I said I hope we don't see that three at the back. That he used to play during his last spell. It was a bit fashionable back then. Not many teams play it now, and it's just not a formation I like to see us play. And to be honest, we've been terrible every time we've played it this season under Moyes. So back four, hopefully 4-3-3. I think it's the way we've got to play. I consider moving Snodgrass into the middle for this one. Obviously, Souček's out, which is unfortunate because he's one that has impressed a little bit since he's came in. Again, he's got that drive, that work ethic. So he's going to be a miss, but I would perhaps move Snodgrass in the middle. Because I just think we need to play Snodgrass because of his delivery from set pieces. They're always going to be a danger. So I would do that, but I want that front three to be mobile. I'm talking Anderson, Antonio and Bowen. I'd just go with those three. You've got your solid base. You've got your three in the middle that are going to be... If you go with Rice, Noble, Snodgrass, that's fairly solid. And then you've got those three players that can just... They're going to be more effective on the counter-attack than, say, having Snodgrass on the right, having Haller at front. So I'll go with those. I want mobility up there. I want pace up there. And players that are going to be direct. Prediction. Unfortunately, although I said I'm slightly more confident than I was before after the Liverpool game, I still can't be 100% confident of a win. I think that might be more to do with the fact of Southampton's away record. So I think it's going to be a point. A bit like the Brighton game, a point wasn't really enough, but I think that's what we're going to get. I'm going to go 2-2.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe if you're new around here. Big thanks to Bez and Tom for being involved. If you haven't seen yesterday's preview, make sure to click on it right here. Otherwise, boys, be aware, check down there.